no day is ever the same when you work on a cruise ship, and today was one of those days where nothing quite clicked with us today. I'll tell you more in just a minute. So today we were 3.5 hours late arriving into Southampton. Today's the last day of our voyage, so one cruise finishes and the next one begins. Now we were 3.5 hours late today arriving in Southampton due to a boat race of all things. There was a boat race down the channel out of Southampton, and of course you can't sail something this big down a channel when there's little boats or yachts or whatever the hell they were racing down the channel. So we were 3.5 hours late to begin with. And then we had a fire alarm go off. We had a fire alarm go off in the terminal, not on the ship, it was in the terminal. And that delayed things by another hour and a half today.
But somebody accidentally activated a fire alarm in the terminal. As per procedures, the terminal must evacuate completely in order that everybody is accounted, and the safety check must carry on at all times. As soon as all checks are completed, we will be able to restart the disembarkation.
So yes, not the smoothest day in terms of embarkation and disembarking guests. However, these things happen. We have done the best that we can in the situation that we were given, and yeah, everyone has worked their backsides off today. The guest services have been fantastic, the entertainment people have been fantastic, the upper management have been really good. We've rebooked flights, we've given free transfers, we've looked after everybody who was affected by a late arrival, late departure. So yeah, from what I can tell, the guests that are on board the ship right now aren't too happy with what happened, but they understand, and everyone is sort of, you know, over the situation, and we are now sailing. We are leaving Southampton right now. Everyone is happy, the mood is great. From a future cruise perspective though, it's been pretty goddamn awful. Of course, if no one got on the ship till about 4:30, we have no one to see, we have no one to serve, we have no one to sell these things to. So yeah, literally today we did one future cruise deposit. One. Literally the quietest day I have ever had, and probably will ever have in this job. However, I did take advantage of all the quiet time, and yes, I managed to get a lot of my trainings done. I managed to build 2 presentations today. Usually it takes me about a week just to do one. I got 2 done in one day. And the training, I mean, today I learned how to load a lifeboat. Hopefully nothing I'm ever going to ever need to do, but I needed to know it anyway, so learn how to load a lifeboat. Also learned a lot about how our app works. Now, the app isn't really crucial in my day-to-day life. However, I do need to know it because, you know, if guests come through the question, I kind of need to be able to know how to answer that question. So nothing that's crucial to my day-to-day, but I needed to know it. And I've got all that sort of done and sorted today. So I'm up to date with compliance and training and all that kind of, you know, corporate stuff. And I'm truly ready now. Tomorrow we have got 2 sea days. We have 2 sea days in a row. I've never done 2 sea days before. We are on our way to Oldham tomorrow. We've done Oldham 3 times now in 3 cruises, but this is sort of the end of our Norwegian sort of cruise section, I suppose. We do Norway and Iceland this cruise. We then go and do the Baltics the next cruise, and then we start hitting some warm weather Spain, France, Italy cruises in a couple of weeks. So very excited to get this one underway. I've never been to Iceland before. So there goes the MSC Virtuosa. She was supposed to be the last ship that left today. Instead, that's now going to be us, so she's underway. I've actually done that ship twice now. I do like that ship. So we're on our way ourselves now. We're just turning around, and we are going to be right behind Virtuosa as she sails out of Southampton. Now I've just had some dinner. I had a beautiful steak tonight for dinner, and as I had my steak, I looked outside the window and I was greeted by this enormous cruise ship, the Pinot Iona, sailed right past us, really close. It wasn't what I was expecting. I actually jumped out of my skin when I saw it out the window. So I'm going to enjoy my night tonight. We have 2 sea days, as I say, before we hit our first port of call, which is Skjoldun in Norway.